Hello.
Welcome to the
Welcome
Pinfall
to
Podcast.
No, 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 no. I bought a headband, everybody. I hope y'all like it. I haven't worn a headband in so long. Like in person, in front of people that don't normally see me. Anyways, welcome to the Pinfall Podcast. I'm your host, Liz. I still cannot breathe, but I was told it was anxiety. I'm joined today by my co-host, as always. Just the most handsome, humble,
We're doing H's now.
hilarious, and ham-fisted co-host Marcus.
Wow, I'm just ham-fisted. I'm forced into this. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're kind of right. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, Sploochop. And Mike, I was stretching because I had to wind up for the clap. That was a horrible clap, but it was better the first time. I was trying to do the up, up, down, down. Welcome to the Pinfall Podcast.
But I want to talk about my headband first. I had a plan. I always have a plan going into this.
Can I do it now?
10 times out of 10, the plan is for me to grumble. You can, if you tell me if you tweet it or not.
I tweeted on my Twitter, but not the podcast Twitter. Awful. Hey, I got Fight TV to follow me, so...
Yeah, I know. I'm the goddamn host and Fight TV's following you. I made the signs.
This show is nothing without me. I take this show to the moon!
Interesting. How many episodes have we done without me? None. How many episodes have we done without you, Mark? One more than you've done without me. I'm always here. Anyways, so today
I think we should take this to TLC.
No, we're taking this to the micro-homies. This is the main event. If only the main event were me versus Corey Graves, but that, I guess, will not be happening this year. We'll reschedule it for next year.
We'll just said you have a high work rate.
Is that good?
I guess so.
All right, I'll take it. Thanks,
Putting in the work.
Can you tweet from our actual podcast account, please?
Truly's ladders and chairs.
Yeah, you know what? That might. Oh, maybe that's what we'll get for for the pay-per-view podcast. We'll get Truly's. Okay. As much as we both fucking hate them. Well, happy Smackdown. Carmella impressed me. I'm very upset to say that. But still cannot stand her as a character, so at least some things remain normal in light of everything that's happened in the last couple of days.
She's got to stop yelling at the top of her lungs.
She sounds like Angelica from the Rugrats.
Yeah.
Or there was what, Dylan and Lil, the two twins. Sounds like Lil.
Were those their names?
Yeah. Dylan and Lil, I think.
Oh, congrats, Mike, buying your first place. That's awesome.
Holy shit, Mike, you're a goddamn adult.
I wish I had a drink.
That's phenomenal.
Wish I had a drink to toast. But I don't. I just have water.
You, Mr. Michael. That's awesome, Mike. I hope it's pretty. I hope you think it's pretty, at least. That's what matters most. I think that's just the dream. To buy a house.
So.
Are you ignoring me, or did you just
I'm ignoring
gloss over it? Okay. No, that's fair. You want to get into the news? This will be a quick podcast, honestly, because I took 3 pages of notes, I think.
All right, we're shutting down the podcast. Have a great one, everybody. See you next time.
We were only keeping it on as long as Mike was waiting to get a house.
Yeah.
Once Mike gets that house, podcast's over.
Wow. I said we were ending the podcast and Mike said woo.
Mike, no! Dang it! How does this always backfire on us?
I will unmod you, Mike.
Here's the news sign, because we're doing the news. Oh, no!
And let's cut to Liz Cam.
What happened? Ow. I don't know what happened there. It's on equal footing. Everything is perfectly equal. Anyways, in the news. All right. Jesus fucking Christ, there's a lot to talk about today. Let's start with the thing that... I don't know. Let's start with Tiny Lister, aka Zeus from WWE/WCW, passed away at the age of 62. Also an actor, not just a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad, very young still. 62 is pretty young, in my opinion.
I think he was most known for his feud with Hulk Hogan back in the WWF days.
Why is the name of the movie he got popular in escaping me entirely? Hang on.
Friday?
Shit. Friday?
Yeah, it was.
Is that what it was?
No Holds Barred? Is that what Mike's... Oh. What are you saying, Mike? He said No Holds Barred was with Hulk Hogan. Is that the name of the movie?
Oh, the movie is called Friday.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. That's what everyone was talking about when he died.
Yeah. Very sad. 62 is not that old. But... yeah, shit. I'm always good at doing these things, by the way.
Mike just said No Holds Barred was a movie with Hulk Hogan. Thank you, Mike.
I'm gonna clean my camera real quick. I haven't gone black, I promise.
And switching to Liz Cam.
Stop. I'm gonna get some basic ass news out of the way before we talk about what we probably should be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, everyone can make fun of me right now. Bobby Fish is out for 2 months. Because he fucking edged himself.
Oh.
Goddamn torn tricep. Marcus!
Oh no. Who's gonna be the tag team now?
There's 4 of them.
Yeah, now there's 3. Adam's the one who goes for the NXT title. Well, actually, now it's probably Kyle. Adam probably goes for the North American one now. And Roddy and Bobby are the tag team guys.
I think Roddy can hold his own for a couple days.
That's gonna be Roddy and Adam as a tag team. That's gonna be weird.
Maybe that's why Roddy looked sick to his stomach in that one fucking promo. Where the one right before War Games.
Mike said him and Drake Wirtz are gonna be a tag champs on Parlor.
Mike, I take back the congratulations I gave you for your fucking house. I don't like that house anymore. Now my feelings are hurt.
Spooch just said Bobby Fish is perpetually injured. Yeah.
To be fair, he's 43, which is a relatively old age to still be wrestling at.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that my dude would be like, I'm tired, but no. There's nothing else going on, I guess.
How old? Wait, he's 43?
To be fair, though, yeah, he might be 44 now.
He's 1 or 2 years younger than Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is also very small, so less injuries. And Rey Mysterio also just gave away his daughter to a 30-year-old man, so I don't know if everything's going on up there.
Yeah.
We also have those botched fucking moves. But yeah, Bobby's out for 2 months, which sucks. But also, how much fighting has Bobby really done prior to War Games in the last 2 months?
None.
Yeah.
None.
Can you just like keep showing up by like everybody's side, like just with a cast on?
Mike said Fish hates being 44 because that's Obama's presidential number.
My goddamn it, dude.
Oh.
I'm gonna make myself a moderator and just fucking delete comments now.
Woo!
You get it. No! We're never gonna know if he actually believes in QAnon unless we actually find out, and that sucks, because now I just have to sit here and pray. Can't even do that because that's what QAnon people do. Can't even like them anymore. Jesus, fuck. Everything sucks. Anyways, more sad news. Big E's new theme is official. It is not changing. It is no longer going to be the New Day walkout. This is it, boys. That's it. It's just Big E. No New Day. The only thing that ties him to the New Day is his gear, and God only knows how much longer that's going to last. Woo.
I mean, I can't see that changing anytime soon, I'll be honest.
Apparently he didn't know that they wanted to change his music, and then like he was just basically given the option for who he wanted to do the music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm gonna sound white as shit right now. That's why it's Wale. W-A-L-E. I don't think it's whale. I don't think it's pronounced whale. The musician. Have you never heard of him? He had like music with Akon and shit.
No. I think it's Wale though.
I think it's I don't know. I don't know how to find a way to pronounce that.
Mike said Wale.
Okay, so I'm not that not with the shits, if you will.
Mike said, "Yeah, he's a nut. Must be an Albany thing, am I right?" He's shooting shots at you right now. My God, Mike.
Like, what did I do? What did I do? just fucking hit me up on Twitter, dude. What did I do?
Mike's turned full heel. He said, "Love you, Luz."
No! This is where someone Bailey just attacked Sasha. Fucking typical Geminis. God dang it. Anyways, speaking of people that are part of QAnon, so Mark and I had a discussion about this when we first talked about it. WrestleTalk 100% made an article at one point early in like the day of whatever podcast we were about to do, saying Jackson Riker is about to be released. 12 hours later, released an article saying Jackson Riker was on Main Event. So that has been confirmed between the two of us. That's a very misleading fucking experience.
Right.
But Jackson Riker has now confirmed it. He is calling himself the Savage, which I said that doesn't stand to help you out in any fucking way, but all right. And he says that he's not done with WWE. He's got a lot to show. And I said, holy fuck, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I hope he comes out because what I'm imagining is like one of those snapback hats that has like the thick ass, like reflective letters that just say Savage on it, and comes out looking like Vanilla Ice.
I genuinely, we have to find somebody to like fill in his name with. Like just any fucking wrestler. I'll take anybody. So that way we can talk about his matches without me ever having to utter his fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's asking for much.
Lucha said, I feel like at least half of all wrestlers are whack jobs in some shape or form. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right.
I feel like to go into that sort of profession, you have to be like a little off your goddamn rocker.
Or it makes you off your rocker. Vince might also only hire people who are off their rockers.
I don't know, because AEW also has its fair share of lunatics.
And a lot of them came from WWE.
WWE is one of the only things that existed as far as like Major League Wrestling, which is ironically also the name of a promotion. But anyways,
And Vince hired them.
well, more so what I'm saying is that WWE is like the main thing in America for wrestling. So yeah, he hired everybody, and just maybe it turns out that they're all whack jobs too. I think it's even on both sides of the field there. I mean, think of one wrestler that's probably not out of his fucking gourd.
Sami Zayn. Well, actually,
ironically, yeah, maybe. Well,
he's out of his gourd
he
in a good
seems like-
way.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
Okay, that's fair. What about Byron? Where do we stand on Byron?
Byron is again out of his gourd in like a super wholesome way.
Well, Xavier seems like a pretty even keel fella.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
All the New Day.
Yeah. Kofi's a little out there. Kofi's a little hardwired, if you will.
I'm not gonna dive deeper into that because we are already 30 minutes into the podcast.
Fair. Okay.
But
So hang on.
Mike also threw out Adam Cole.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty normal dude. Maybe that's why I love him. Anyways, yeah. So also WWE is launching NXT India next year. Yeah. Weird because they were talking about doing a pay-per-view out there at some point next year too. I don't know if that ties in together, but I did not realize that there was enough talent over in India for that to be a thing. But I guess it makes sense. You would think that they'd go over to like Japan first.
No,
but then again, I guess maybe NJPW already has pretty throttle on the fucking market there.
Yeah, that'd be a huge competition. India probably doesn't have a huge market or a huge monopoly as it is.
Well, the way I see it more so is that like I would feel like NXT in other countries as like a baby would be just to like basically farm talent.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I would say maybe in Japan, but so you can get all the youngsters, make it easier to get into instead of going right into NJPW. But I also don't know what the landscape is over there. So, anywho, let's discuss Vince McMahon real fucking quick. If we could just take some time.
I can't wait for the day when we don't talk about Vince McMahon.
I think I've written in my news notes at least once every podcast now, dear fucking God, what has Vince McMahon done? Because it's constant now. And I thought it would be constant when like Vince was like tearing up scripts backstage 2 hours before they aired. But no, it's just gotten worse. So Vince got pissed off for no apparent reason. Like nobody knows why this happened. It can't be like pinpointed back to a certain spot. It can't be pinpointed back to a certain match. But Vince McMahon is pissed off. And in light of his pissed offness, has sent Otis, Omos, which kind of makes sense, but Otis, Omos, Dabba-Kato, Dio Madden, and weirdest of all, Keith Lee, to take 2 classes a week at the Performance Center to hone their skills with Adam Pearce and Drew Gulak, which, to be fair, with Dio, who's kind of been out of the game for a while, Dabba-Kato, who's just here because he's massive, almost because he's massive, and Otis because Otis doesn't have that big of a repertoire, that makes sense.
People were... Sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, go on.
I read that the backstage reaction was they were shocked by Keith Lee. They were shocked by Keith Lee having... like being a victim of this, but they were saying that Otis is good, but he could be safer, and that's the thing with them, with the guys backstage, and I think that's why they sent him. Almost hasn't done anything. Don't know why that happened.
They probably want him to do something. Like, they probably want to incorporate him in the future. I don't get Keith Lee. I don't get that at all. I mean, again, Dio's not really seen a lot of action lately. Dabakado's barely seen any action. Almost makes sense. I guess Otis makes sense from that perspective, but Keith Lee doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Especially when you're hot on the heels of having released a documentary where a bunch of people are saying Keith Lee's fucking amazing. Like, he's so good at what he does, X, Y, and Z. He's an amazing wrestler. And to just be like, I don't think so. Like, you spent the money to make that documentary.
One thing you'll notice is they're all big guys. They're all very large guys.
And also maybe not the people that should be going down there, at least not just them, because, you know, Nia Jax.
Wait, what? What?
People who should be going to get extra fucking training to hone their skills.
Yeah.
Nia, Dana, there's someone else that I thought of recently that I can't think of now, but like, the men's department of wrestling is not exactly in dire need of like a ton of help. Not on that level. I mean, clearly they're still going to be performing. Clearly that doesn't really impact anything, but it's just fucking strange. And the fact that it was stemming from Vince McMahon losing his shit. I don't get it.
Oh, man. And,
anyways.
do we have a hell of an episode to go through? It was weird. And, kind of here for some of it. So.
I can't tell if it's just like a product of me not feeling well. And just being stressed out. But recently, like, both Raw and SmackDown have felt like just absolute fucking fever dreams. Like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like,
to be fair,
what's going on?
To be fair, the way that today started was definitely like the weirdest thing that could have happened, and just didn't make any sense. But we'll jump right into it right now. All right, I'm all on this clapping thing today.
Yeah, I can tell. Nice.
So with no lead-in at all, we start off with a contract signing between Sasha and Carmella. No lead. Normally there's like an announcement like, oh, there's going to be a contract signing today. No, there was nothing. Sasha shows up and she's like, hey, Adam, I'm here. Sits down, opens up the little booklet. No paper, empty. Oh, no. Oh, and she's like pissed. She's furious about it for some reason. She couldn't have just said, "Hey, Adam, can you like go print another one? I don't know why it's not in here." And then Carmella just appears on the jumbotron like, "Hey, I've got the paper. I couldn't have come down there to sign it myself. I had to bring it here and steal it."
I also like the idea that she immediately was like, "What the fuck? Like, why is the contract not in here?" Not just being like, "Hey, Adam, you goddamn moron. There's no paper in here. Why am I here?" Like,
and did she? I think she just started off like, "Oh, I know Carmella did this. Carmella, are you fucking behind this?" Like, relax.
like, baby girl, you need a nap.
They can print out another one. But yeah, then fucking Carmella stole the fucking contract. She's got a Somali pirate with her. And no, that is not me just being racist. What she called a sommelier, normally referred to as a sommelier, she called sommelier.
which I looked up because sometimes I say shit, sometimes I correct people, and I'm like, that's probably not right, actually. But I don't back down from it because I'm an asshole. However, I took 4 years of French, and I know for a fucking fact that that's pronounced sommelier. Like a M, not a ma. And then every other person that ever referenced Mr. Sommelier said sommelier. And I said, no, it's not. I thought it was just Carmella, but y'all are fucking sipping the same goddamn Kool-Aid, apparently.
Unless he's a Somali sommelier.
I don't know. I don't even know who the fuck that is. I thought I was supposed to know who he was because of the way they like revealed him. I was like, oh.
He was just
some dude.
Yeah, he's just some trainee.
I think that's why I thought I was supposed to know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably seen him in the crowd enough, and I was like, I know him. And then I was like, no, I don't.
But there's just a furious exchange, and then Sasha's like, you know what? Let's do it tonight. Let's put the title up tonight. We'll still have it at TLC, but we'll do it tonight still. And that'll be that. They announced that. Shit's gonna happen. Title match is the main event. And Adam Pearce is hyped. He's like, oh, that sounds like a main event. He literally says that.
Adam Pearce had no idea what the main event was going to be up until that moment. He was just like, shit.
He's like, fuck yes, main event.
Before you jump into the promo after this, I do want to make a point. I make fun of Corey Graves a lot.
You do.
And tonight will be no different. Tonight will not be any different. Because I thought Corey Graves looked a little weird recently. I thought he looked, not weird, but just different. And I was like, I wonder why. And I noticed. If you look back in old podcasts, I used to make fun of Corey Graves' Wi-Fi symbol on his forehead. Because the way his brow crinkles makes a little Wi-Fi symbol. But it turns out he and Carmella got the couples deal on Botox this year. Because Corey Graves no longer has the Wi-Fi symbol on his forehead. So I've caught him.
Yeah.
I can't make fun of him because I also have a ton of wrinkles on my forehead. However.
You caught him.
I did.
Taking care of his wrinkles.
Wish it were me.
After that, we had an interview with the Street Profits. Montez announces that he's fighting Dolph Ziggler tonight. That's really it. That's all we need to gather from that. We can move on. Street Profits come out for the match. And then Dolph and Rude come out, and they start shit-talking. Like you do. Like Dolph does. Just about them getting the title. That's really it. Robert Roode says things. And that's it. And then we move into Montez Ford versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, we do. I think also the reason half of this felt so strange was because a lot of the stuff that's going on right now feels like setup for TLC, but it doesn't feel like enough setup that was specifically targeted promos in the same way that the Street Profits the Street Profits Dolph Ziggler Robert Roode thing felt kind of pieced together over time, whereas the New Day and her business we've had this constantly. So it makes sense. Whereas, this is just, we've had a lot of tag teams just, fucking sticking their nose in everything recently.
Mm-hmm.
And now I guess it's boiled out to this.
Yeah.
However, Montez versus Ziggler. Dolph kicks Montez in the midsection, then drop kicks him. There's a kick to the knee of Montez Ford and a neck breaker. Ford then catches Dolph Ziggler by the legs, slamming him down into the mat and catapulting him into the buckle. Then there's a drop kick to Ziggler and a blockbuster. There's a headlock on Ford. Then some, and by some I mean maybe 40. Dolph does about 5 million fucking elbow drops on Montez. I don't know why. It just felt weird that he was doing so much of the same move for such an extended period of time. It almost felt like he forgot that there was supposed to be a bit in between before the elbow drops, and then was 8 more, I guess. He goes for, he gets a neck breaker on Montez, and goes for another, but Tez clotheslines him, tackles him with his little elbows out. There's a failed suplex from Ziggler, which leads right into a successful one from Montez Ford, and then a standing moonsault onto Dolph. Dolph goes for the famouser, but Ford catches him, tries to drop him unsuccessfully. There's a kick to the back of the neck from Ford, who sets up for the... Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Misunderstood my own fucking notes. They're typed correctly. There's a kick to the back of the neck from Ford to Dolph Ziggler. Ford goes to set up for the frog splash, but then Dox is attacked by Robert Roode. Ziggler knocks Montez down onto the buckle, super kicks him, gets the win.
I mean, that's twice now Dolph and Roode have beaten Street Profits.
But the thing is if it's a tag match at TLC, that can't really happen. Like, that shit never really happens where it's like all of a sudden, like, because they don't have as much time during tag matches, I guess, to like set up for like this massive attack on like the other person's guy. So when they were, because like Corey and Michael Cole were like, oh, well, what does this mean for the Street Profits? I was like, I don't think it means much, dude.
Well, the last one they won was a tag team match.
Well, whatever. We'll see at TLC. I think there's actually... Isn't there a match with Street Profits and Roode and Ziggler next Friday?
I don't think so.
I think Corey announced that.
Oh, maybe. But after that, we had a promo from Mr. Sami Zayn. Don't know where he is, somewhere backstage, but he's mad. He's furious. Mr. Sami Zayn is like fuming because he doesn't have merch. But then Liz and I checked the WWE shop. Sami Zayn has merch. He's got plenty.
I like his merch a lot too. It doesn't look like wrestling merch, which is what I hate like about like the Miz's merch.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the like fucking merches that, or not merch, but like the t-shirts from like Hot Topic that are like with like the little loading bar, like, I don't know, with the stupid fucking slogans. Whatever.
Yeah.
I tried to remember any of them, but I think I blocked all of high school out of my brain, so I don't remember any of those shirts.
But yeah, Sammy's pissed off. But Biggie walks in with a box of his own merch. Brand new merch that just came out with his new gimmick. I wouldn't even say gimmick, a new branding. And Sammy's like, well, you already got some new merch? Oh my god. But then Apollo shows Sammy some merch he made for Sammy. And it's a crudely drawn stick figure with a hat that says, I am Sami Zayn. And it was beautiful. I'd buy that shirt.
I like that shirt a lot. I really kind of hope that they sell it.
They probably will sell it if this episode does well.
Fine, I'll buy it. It was so shitty, it was perfect. That is exactly the type of clothing I need.
Mm-hmm. And then we move on to Sammy in the ring. We come back from commercial. Sammy's just in the ring, still ranting about his merch.
While Corey and Michael talk over him the entire time. Which is...
And then Biggie comes out and we have Biggie versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah, you know, Biggie and his new fucking walkout. Anyways. I'm still sad about this.
Mm-hmm.
So we get Big E versus Sammy. Big E throws Sammy backwards. Sammy then does not want to get back into the ring. We get a headlock on Zayn, which is then reversed into a headlock on Big E. There's a kick to the head of Big E, and then Sammy is put into an abdominal stretch by Big E, who, mind you, after grabbing the talc from the little bowl like LeBron and then clapping it over his head, goes and licks his hand as if he's pretending to slap Sammy's ass, And I said, that's a lot of chalk in your fucking mouth, dude. But all right, sure. Then there's some elbows to the face of Sami. Big E begins beating on Sami's chest against the apron. There's a frog splash to Sami on the apron, then a headlock on Big E. We get some elbow drops onto Big E's head, and then Sami mocks Big E's dance. He goes to jump on E, but is caught and then thrown into a belly-to-belly 3 times. E gets the big splash onto Sami. Sami rolls Big E up. And, as Big E runs at him. There's a crossbody on Big E, but he rolls through that crossbody. He goes for the big ending, but Sami breaks his eyes. E goes to collect himself in the corner. Sami comes in with the haluva kick.
Hell of a kick.
Thank you. But it fails. Big E sends Sami down to the mat with a Uranagi. Sami then slaps Big E with his injured hand that he's been crying about for like goddamn half hour. And starts running away. And decides that he's going to run under the ring, crawl through it. Big E follows him. The ref is counting. Sami stomps on Big E a little bit, gets back in the ring. Big E is counted out. Sami Zayn technically wins. Therefore, I guess technically Big E doesn't get a chance at the title on Friday. Or at TLC. Whatever this was for. I think it was for Friday.
I don't know. I feel like
I know it was for a chance at the title. I assumed it was TLC.
Well, it wasn't for a chance at the title. Corey or Cole just said if Biggie wins, he's going to be one step closer to challenging for the title.
Yeah, so I don't know if that meant like Friday or TLC.
They'll probably make it official on Friday to be at TLC. It'll probably be like the opener or something. The pre-show match. But so that was that. And Sami's still winning by devious means. Then we had
Love that for him.
We had a promo with Billie, just talking into the camera, talking shit about Sasha and Bianca. But she doesn't realize Bianca is behind her. Walks in behind her. And then Bianca says something and start arguing. And that's it. And then we had an interview with Carmella, where she just shit talks Sasha.
Can I quickly just talk about this?
Uh-huh.
Five fucking seconds, maybe?
Yeah.
A direct quote from that promo was, Sasha thinks she's the boss, but I'm untouchable. I made her relevant when I came for her title. So first of all, let's break that down. Sasha thinks she's the boss, but I'm untouchable. I don't think that's necessarily a but moment. Like, I don't, like, maybe she said Sasha thinks she's the boss, but I'm the CEO. That would have made sense. I would have kind of been like, oh, damn, Carmella, words. But I don't think being untouchable really, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. And then just like, I don't know, she's doing the typical heel thing where she makes just these flagrant comments. But Carmella coming out of fucking absolutely nowhere, leading us on it's been about 2 months since we got that first promo, so probably about 6 weeks now that we've been waiting for her to reveal her fucking face. To say I made her relevant when I came for her title. Like, Carmella, you were gone for a very long time. How
Sasha was also in The Mandalorian.
Today made me hate Carmella's character even more, and I think it's because I really liked how she wrestled, and I was like, oh, shit. You're, like, good. You're even better, dude, and, like, oh, man. Man, oh, man. Man, oh, Manischewitz. Anyways, That's my critical reading for the day. I'm going through it, man.
After that, we had a promo with Roman and Jay. This part's interesting. They ask each other if they're good. They both say yes, but Roman weirdly says, "Is your family okay? Is your wife okay? Your brother okay? Am I okay?" It's just very weird. But then we cut to Kevin Owens getting into the ring, and he's setting up tables, ladders, and chairs for some reason. And as he's rambling to himself, mumbling to himself like a crazy person, saying he doesn't fear Roman, and Roman watches all of this from where that last promo was backstage. He says Roman just uses his family to fight his battles. And then Jay attacks Kevin, but Kevin starts to fight back, comes out on top, but then Roman walks out. Roman just stands there, staring at him as Paul whispers sweet nothings into his ear. And then they walk out. Kevin's like, "Oh, no, 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 you don't walk away like that." And then chases after him with a steel chair in his hand. Then we have Kevin, an interview. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to point out that you really glossed over Kevin Owens talking about his new best friends.
Oh, right. Okay, so Kevin Owens has officially become us in quarantine. His best friends are the chairs, the table, and Mr. Ladder.
He says that Mr. Ladder's probably like the most difficult person to be friends with, but he says that he's gonna help him at TLC. And
Understandable.
I said, okay, good. I'm glad you got friends in your corner, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't like using ladders either, so.
Yeah. But the crazy man still walks during an interview with... I don't remember who this interview was with. Kayla? I don't know. He's searching for Roman.
Yeah.
Okay. He's searching for Roman. He's mad as hell, and he's not going to take this anymore. Then out of nowhere, Roman ambushes Kevin. And then talks into the camera, talking to Kevin's family. It's two insane people facing each other. What?
Didn't mean to. I don't mean to detract here, but you know Zelina Vega. You recall?
No.
Well, bitch just got cast in the fucking Witcher. Like, she's on set right now filming. Yeah. So I hope Vince is happy. You know. That's a bitch. Love it.
Good for her.
And her costume for it 100% looks like exactly what anybody standing next to Aleister Black should have looked like. Who, again, speaking of, I don't know who that is either anymore.
Yeah. Whomst? And then after that weird moment, we have Riott Squad versus Billie Kay, and who's her tag team partner?
I'm so glad we broke up the fucking Iconics for this, by the way. I'm so glad. I just spilled beer on me. I'm just so glad that we broke up the Iconics for Billie Kay to fucking Team Natty.
You're so glad. So glad.
I was kind of excited at first because I was like, oh, well, maybe if like they actually work out as a tag team. Because in theory, the Iconics were broken up for Peyton. They were not broken up for Billie. Billie was never getting that title push. It was Peyton. So I'd be more mad if it was Peyton right now. But I was kind of excited because I was like, oh, cool. Billie and Natty, like, maybe that'll be something. I don't know what it would be, but maybe it'd be something. But like, oh man, this just fucking ruined it for me, didn't it? All right, let's dive in. Oh, also, every time Liv and Ruby walk out, I become at least 14% less straight, and it's painful.
Doesn't help that
It's so
Liv just straight up kissed Ruby.
I'm attracted to both of them.
And then Ruby just looked like she wanted to fuck Liv on the spot.
Yeah. They both fulfill emotional needs in my heart in ways I didn't expect, and it really fucks me up. So that's fine. Anyways, love. Oh God. Anywho, also I feel like I've been like scorned before because of the whole like Liv Lana thing that they did, and now I'm just like, don't do that to me. Don't bait me like that, because I'll fucking take it. I'll take it and I'll run with it. Anyways, so Ruby then, like I fucking started talking about the match. Ruby starts out first with Billie. Ruby takes Billie's legs out. She tags Liv in. There's an elbow in the corner to Billie. Liv tags Ruby back in. There's a little roll through, sending Ruby right into Billie's midsection. A little team offense from the Riott Squad. Billie then whips Liv towards Natty. Takes her down with some forearms. Gets Natty in. Natty's punching Liv. Whips her into the corner again. Gets Billie in. They're just stomping Liv for a little while. Natty gets back in. Natty begins kicking Liv in the midsection. There's a headlock on Liv. Liv escapes with a takedown, then jumps up to tag Ruby in. But Natty catches her. She then slams her back into the corner. Throws her tailbone first into the mat. And Billie Kay tags herself in on Natty, who's not so fucking pleased about that. And then the weird part of the match happened. Mind you, the weird part of the match was not Billie and Natty teaming up. No. The weird part of the match was when Billie was attacking Liv and went back, clearly at least like a foot away from the rope, went back, kept attacking Liv, and then Natty like looked around for a second and went, I was like, because I guess Billie was supposed to hit Natty.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I just noticed it for whatever fucking reason, and because Michael and Corey were talking about it. So I guess Billie like swung back and on the backswing hit Natty in the face, which 100% from the camera angle that they used did not look like that happened. Anyways, then there's a jawbreaker to Billie and a Riott kick. And Riott Squad wins. And Natty's also pissed at Billie now. And then Liv jumps onto Ruby's back, and I said, I'm out. I'm done.
Who isn't Natty mad at?
Well. Actually, can we quickly talk about the fact that a video came out of her and her sister in like these intense bustiers with like just tits. It was just full tits. And like had like these cute little headbands and shit by a Christmas tree with a lollipop just intermittently like Natty put it in her mouth, and then she like was like, it was very like seductive, and then she handed it to her sister who did the same thing, and it was back and forth, and I just like sat there. I was like, and I only saw this because I follow some guy who was like, what the fuck is this? And I said, is that Natty? And then I said, yes, that is Natty. And then I said, what the fuck is this? So yeah. I just had to bring that up because I had to deal with it, so now everyone else has to know what happened too. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So after that, we had a little training montage with Chad, Gable, and Otis. Splucha said the Needhart's YouTube channel is softcore porn. Is it really?
Well, yeah. So the guy I follow is at Seahawk, CEEHAU. Ooh, stroked out a little bit there.
Yep.
CEEHAWK. And I've never been on their YouTube channel, but I straight up watched that video for like a solid 5 fucking minutes, I think, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like, I'm all about ladies. However, I watched that and I was like, this feels wrong,
Well,
especially in a pandemic.
I'm on their YouTube channel right now. And their last video that they did is just called Stuff My Stocking. And as soon as you open it, it is just full titty. And
Is it full titty? Is the bustier leopard print?
they are wearing leopard print.
Is there a Christmas tree in the background?
There is a Christmas tree in the background. They're wearing Christmas headbands.
That's the clip I saw. Yeah, that's the clip I saw. And I had to sit there and I said, I don't know what to do with this information, but I don't want it anymore.
The one after that is the thumbnail is them shoving whipped cream in their mouths. Again, a lot of titty.
I was gonna lay off on my Jewel. Tonight's ruined that for me, actually. I think it's made me intensely more addicted to nicotine. Thank you, Natty. I was voting for you there, baby.
But yeah,
God was I.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
I guess.
Spool just said they rock massive cleavage and chop each other's titties most of the time. Yeah. Alright, so we had Chad Gable and Otis training together. A little training montage. Definitely in Chad's garage.
Intense 50 Shades of Grey vibes, by the way. I was just waiting for Otis's fucking safe words at that point. The moment the blindfold came out, I was like, Chad? What's going on, baby boy?
Chad's into big boys.
I guess he is.
That look he gave when he first talked to Otis, that wasn't betrayal. That was lust. After that, we had an interview with Chad and Otis. And then Cesaro and Shinsuke enter, start talking shit to them. Yada yada yada. We now have a match between Cesaro and Shinsuke and Otis and Chad. Which I think Liz might jump into. Maybe. We'll find out.
What match jump in?
Alright, thanks for watching the podcast, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Aww. I was looking at one tweet. That's it. You want me to talk about the Gable and Otis versus Cesaro and Shinsuke match?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the way you said she might jump in, I thought that there was something else that I had somehow missed.
Camera's on you right now.
Oh.
We're on Liz Cam.
I don't like Liz Cam so much.
So we gonna talk about the match or what?
No, we'll talk about it. Jesus H. We got Chad Gable versus God fucking see you ruined it for me. Chad Gable and Otis versus Cesaro and Shinsuke. Cesaro immediately throws Gable down to the ground. Gable gets Otis in while coaching him and saying, gotta do X, Y, and Z. Which Otis, the perfect student, does exactly that. Sends some forearms into Cesaro. Gets Gable back in. Gable does a little waist lock into a suplex. Gets Otis in. Tells him to do the exact same thing. Otis does the exact same thing. Gable gets back in. And Cesaro's pretty fucking tired of everything that's been happening at this point. And just uppercuts the entire fucking noggin off of Chad Gable. Please don't sneeze during my talks.
I muted myself so nobody on the stream heard. I'm proud of myself for that.
Impressive, thank you. Right, so Chad Gable, Headless Horseman now, gets Shinsuke. There's some punching and kicking to Chad Gable from Shinsuke. There's a failed reverse exploder to Mr. Gable. Gable then kicks Shinsuke in the head. Otis is tagged in. Cesaro is tagged in. Otis clotheslines Cesaro. There's a spinning back elbow to Shinsuke. He slams Cesaro face first into the mat. And then we get a little discus clothesline to Cesaro. I used to do discus when I did track and field. Interestingly enough. We get Gable back in. Gable jumps off of the top buckle, but he is caught and then slammed back first into the mat. Cesaro picks him back up, does a fun little swing. We didn't get to see the swing very often in Cesaro's first few pandemic months, and I'm glad that we're seeing that more now.
Yeah.
But we get the swing to Mr. Gable. He finally lets go. And then we get a Kinshasa to Mr. Gable from Shinsuke. My sweet, sweet non-American lads win.
The Kinshasa looks so brutal.
Yeah, it's weird because it's essentially just like a really nasty fucking super kick.
Mm-hmm.
But when Shinsuke does it, I'm just like, sir, what the fuck?
That man dead. The Mr. Chad man dead.
That man real dead. Oh, but poor sweet Chad Gable has some wise words after this match, doesn't he, Mark?
Oh, yes, he does. We have a little promo with Chadathan, and Otesian. And Chad was just like, don't worry about it. I was just showing you what not to do. Because Chad now is full of shit. And now, I really want a match between Chad Gable and Kurt Angle. That's a dream match for me.
Yeah, I want it, but I want it to be like father versus son.
Yeah.
That's how it needs to be.
A loving
accept anything else.
A loving embrace before and after, but kind of Randy Orton style betrayal at the end, where Chad Gable just takes out Kurt Angle for good. And then you just end with Kurt Angle's theme song.
Kurt's been through so much.
Even if Chad wins, just end on Kurt's song and just the crowd chanting, "You suck!" I never realized that's what his walkout, like what was being chanted in his walkout.
Yep.
What?
It's perfection.
In his last match after Corbin beat him and everyone was chanting, "You suck," it was just like, this is kind of sad. But like, not like the I feel bad sad, just like the wow, you guys are berating him. After that promo though, I thought we were going to be turning towards the Mysterios and Murphy. I'm so glad we didn't. We were instead turning to the better half of that equation. And we had an interview with Corbin, Wesley Blake, and Steve Cutler. There wasn't much to go on here. Corbin was just proud of his boys. And I'm glad I can say that they're Corbin's boys now. Because they fit so much better. I like them a lot more. Somehow scarier when they're all shaved and everything. What are you looking at? What?
I might be crazy. But I think somebody fucking solved the Zodiac Killer's fucking cipher. I'm sorry. I was just scrolling through fucking Twitter and I just saw that. That's insane!
Hey everybody, welcome to the Unsolved Mysteries podcast. This episode, the Zodiac Killer solved. It's now Solved Mysteries podcast.
It's been 50 years and they finally fucking solved the goddamn thing. That is insane. Sorry. I know that's not wrestling related at all. It's Ted Cruz related, and we're not a politics podcast. However, fucking insane. Holy shit. Anyways, sorry. I'm just happy that we got a promo with Cutler and Blake, because it kind of makes it real.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, with Jackson Riker returning and all that, which is not something we should really be talking about. But it makes it more real and makes me feel more like, oh, okay, Okay, cool. Like, maybe they're here to stick around for a little bit. So. Plus, they have, like, a little team name now, so. It's the Knights something.
Wait, do they? I didn't catch that.
They have shirts. It says, I only saw the top of it, and it says the Knights, and then it's, like, in a circle, so I don't know what the bottom says.
Mm-hmm.
But.
After that, though, we move into our main event. Carmella versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Okay, let's start by talking about that fucking walkout. How's that? How about we start there? Oh boy. Fucking Holy Divas era, Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not down with the sickness on that one. To be fair, we're probably only gonna see that once or twice. Because it's very much like King Corbin getting escorted out on like a little fucking chariot.
I don't know about that, because that requires people and a prop. This just requires a different camera angle and some lights.
And a screen.
Yeah.
Also, this is like weird, but for some reason when like it was happening, I thought that her ass was facing the ring basically. Like I thought she was standing backwards. So when she was revealed to be standing forwards because of how the lights were, because I think the light that was closer to her legs was closer to her legs than the intensity of the light on her upper half. So I was like, oh, that's an ass. And then the screen fell down. And I was like, oh, that's a front? Okay. Anyways, Carmella launches Sasha backwards and smacks her. We get what I assume was supposed to be a head scissors. Couldn't tell. To Sasha, and then there's a kick to the midsection. And a crab toe hold to Sasha. By the way, Carmella looked fucking amazing. And like, I hated every second of it. Sasha gets slammed into the corner. Sasha then sends Carmella over the ropes. There's a Meteora to her on the apron. We get a facebuster to Sasha on the apron afterwards. Sasha goes up onto the ropes and begins dragging Carmella up with her. Carmella slams Sasha into the post and then drives... then drives Sasha's arm into it. We get a headlock on Sasha and a Meteora in the corner again to Carmella twice. There's another headlock on Sasha against the ropes with her legs and a crossbody lateral press off the top ropes to Sasha. Something about Carmella flying off the top fucking buckle looks really funny to me. Don't know why. Just looks like if I were like to throw a Barbie doll into a fucking like wrestling ring.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get a jackknife cover to Sasha. Then Carmella does her little fucking cone of silence, which that's a cool fucking move. Basically, bitch is just propping herself up with one arm and choking the daylights out of a woman with her fucking thighs.
She's anaconda-ing them.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. Sasha, however, reverses that into the bank statement. And at this point, we have lost an eyelash. The sommelier throws in a champagne bottle, which Charles Robinson... Charles Robinson?
Wait. Are you talking about the Somali pirate?
The sommelier... Sorry, you're lagging a little for me. I might be lagging for you, too. The sommelier throws in a champagne bottle, and Charles, our sweet referee, Charles Robinson, right?
No, the Somali pirate throws in the champagne bottle.
Holy Christ, you are not catching all my words.
I'm joking with you. I am saying Somali pirate because I made that joke. It's called a callback. It's a punchline.
I was more concerned if I was getting Charles's last name right. I'm sorry.
Charles Somali pirate.
Is it Robinson or Roberts? It's Robinson, right?
Robinson. Robin, like the bird.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. Good lord. Mercury's not even retrograde. We should be communicating. We're both Mercury signs, Mark. It's in the stars.
I was communicating just fine.
We're not. So, the Somali pirate throws in a champagne bottle, which, to be fair, based on the certain circumstances of what the sommelier looked like, I feel weird saying that, and vaguely racist. Which isn't fair. Because they fucked up the word so many times, and I can't even use it without feeling like a jackass.
Wait,
Anyways.
Are you calling him a Somali pirate just because he's black?
No! Anyways. Champagne bottle in the ring. Charles Robinson just straight up was like, I'm just gonna get rid of that. Thanks. Just takes it, loads it out of the ring, so that the sommelier can pull Sasha out of the ring, breaking up the bank statement. Sasha then attacks Carmella, pulling her backwards. That's not true. Carmella attacks Sasha, pulling her down backwards by her hair for attacking the sommelier, and then Sasha attacks Carmella in the corner, only to be DQ'd because she attacks her in the corner for over 5 fucking seconds. And then Sasha attacks the sommelier. There's a super kick to Sasha. Carmella takes a champagne bottle and smashes it into Sasha's back, and then takes another champagne bottle that is actually quite full and sprays it all over Sasha, Corey, and Michael. And then screams a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good way to protect Sasha, but still have Carmella kind of come out on top.
Yeah, I said this to you when we were watching it. I kind of thought that this was how it was going to end. I didn't see Sasha winning this because, like, you know, there's the whole like curse with Sasha as far as like maintaining a title is concerned. So they're just making it look like she's not going to win on next Sunday, or the Sunday after this coming. So. Mm-hmm.
So, thank you for watching, everybody.
Jesus fuck.
Alright, best of the night, I guess. That time of night. So, promo of the night. For those who are new to the podcast, we picked the best of the night in promo, wrestler, and match. Starting off with promo. Oh my lord. We had the contract signing between Sasha and Carmella. Probably the most hilarious part of the night. But I'm also confused. I'm like confused in like a why did they do this way. Not like a Xia Li Boa confused. Then we had the Street Profits interview, which was average. Dolph and Rude shit talk Street Profits. That was yeah, no. We had the Sami Zayn promo, which was hilarious. Just Sami Zayn getting so mad about his merch. And Apollo chiming in too. And then this carrying into the next moment where Sami's still furious and just rambling about it in the ring. Then we had the promo with Billie and Bianca. It was okay. We had the Carmella interview. It was okay. Roman and Jay promo, which led into Kevin Owens setting up the TLC. It was fucking great because Kevin Owens. I'm seeing a new amazing performer in Kevin Owens now. He's so good. And it makes me so excited to see pissed off Kevin Owens now that Roman has actually like addressed his family. What he's gonna be like next week. I'm excited. Then we had the interview with Kevin Owens, which was a good addition to the previous segment. We had Chad and Otis, 50 Shades of Gable. It was a thing. We had the interview, and the promo later on. Those were all right. Then we had the Corbin Blake and Color promo or interview. That was all right. So, my pick for promo of the night is 100% Kevin Owens' Fun Quarantine Time.
Yeah, I like that a lot, especially because we got Kevin Owens saying that all these inanimate objects were his best friends, and on top of that, we got Jay attacking him, and Rowe just leaving Jay there to lick his fucking wounds, which we'll see how that pans out at fucking TLC. That's for goddamn sure.
Now, Wrestler of the Night. I wish I didn't have to pick this. I didn't like anybody today at all. I hated it. I hate. This is not a good day for wrestlers. But we start off with Montez Ford versus Dolph Ziggler. I really enjoyed Dolph in this match. Montez kind of never really got off the ground. Literally and figuratively. Dolph was kind of, he had a lot of energy. A lot of shine to him today, and I really like that about him. Then we had Big E versus Sami Zayn. I picked Big E just because Sami was mostly running the whole time. Not a super creative finish to this, but I definitely think Big E was the better of the two. Then we had Cesaro and Shinsuke versus... Oh, no. I skipped one. Riott Squad versus Billie Kay and Natalya. I guess I picked Ruby. I guess. Yeah. We had Cesaro and Shinsuke versus Otis and Chad Gable. I picked Otis, because Otis looked different today. Otis 100% looked like a different wrestler today. And I think Michael Cole said he looked more aggressive. But I'm also picking Otis because we didn't see really anything from Chad. Cesaro was getting hit most of the time until like the last 5 seconds. And Shinsuke was barely in the match at all. So I gotta go with Otis. And then last but not least, we had Carmella versus Sasha Banks. I'll pick Carmella because of that one move that she did. I forget the name of it. What was the name of that submission hold that she did with her leg?
The Cone of Silence?
The Cone of Silence. Why is that called the Cone of Silence?
I don't know.
That makes zero sense.
Inspector Gadget fans over here.
That sounds like some cult shit.
Have you ever watched Inspector Gadget?
I did.
That's what I like to think of it.
God, it's so hard to pick. I have no guesses as far as what you're picking, so this is what 100% my opinion, and I'm just have to go with Dolph Ziggler today. I have to. It was nobody.
Oh man, you're gonna make me the bad guy here, aren't you? Aren't you?
Are you gonna pick Carmella?
That's... Yeah.
You're picking Carmella?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Even after all the yelling?
This has so much gin in it. Not gonna be able to see straight.
If I play you like a clip of her yelling,
Jesus.
will you switch?
No, because Dolph also yells a lot when he's pissed off.
Dolph yells, but it's not like grating, and it makes more sense when he yells. He's not just yelling. He's not yelling the same thing over and over.
Right, but you can only control so much about your yelling voice.
Right, but you can also control you yelling the same thing over and over.
Yeah, no. I picked Carmella. Sorry. She just looked way better. We got a really good long look at her fucking moves as of what has been however many months it's been since she was last in the ring. And she looked really fucking good. And I genuinely expected to have some Divas era fucking wrestling tonight, and I'm glad we didn't have that, but
well, I cannot
really
I cannot in good conscience pick Carmella. I can't, so let's leave it up to the
I
chat.
didn't expect you to.
What do you guys think between Carmella and Dolph Ziggler? Who do you think should be tonight's wrestler of the night? And I'll put them up on the screen. You guys can pick. And we will have a decision after we finish the match of the night. Alright, so match of the night. Also put in the chat. Type out in the chat who you think is our wrestler of the night. So match of the night. We start off with Montez Ford versus Dolph Ziggler. This was okay. Definitely a very unenthusiastic Montez Ford match. You don't get many of those, and it's disappointing when you do get them. This match was very bland. You know, not a lot of spice to it. After that, we had Biggie versus Sami Zayn. Although I didn't really enjoy either wrestling, or I didn't find them very impressive, I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was a good matchup that had a lot of story and ways to go out of this match. And the ending was kind of clever. It wasn't as clever as the other times with Sami, but it's still proving that Sami just skates on by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
It makes me excited to see what he'll be doing next time he defends the title, which will probably be at TLC. But I actually really enjoyed this match. Then we had Riott Squad versus Billie Kay and Natalya. Yeah. The only thing that this match was good for was getting us Liv and Ruby being hella gay. I love it. Then we get Cesaro and Shinsuke versus Otis and Chad Gable. This was okay. This was only good for like the last 5 minutes. That was really it. Didn't really see Cesaro showing off at all, and he's really the only reason you like watching a Cesaro match, because he's such a goddamn good wrestler. Then we had Carmella versus Sasha Banks, which ended in a DQ. Very predictable. Both of us were predicting that would happen. But I don't know. I didn't enjoy this match. Especially the ending after the bell rung. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But, you know, it is what it is. My pick for match of the night is Biggie versus Sami Zayn.
You know, my heart tells me to go with what I originally chose here, which is Sasha and Carmella. But I did really like the Biggie Sami Zayn fight. It felt like a replay of a match from, the Kofi Daniel Bryan era. I felt like we kind of got a flashback to that. And I feel like that kind of gives me a little bit of hope that we're going to see Biggie wearing some fucking gold around his waist soon. So I like this, and I thought Sami looked really fucking good.
He did.
And Sami's been looking better and better constantly. So my dude definitely did not use his time off to just sit on the fucking couch. So
yeah. I mean, he's been doing the opposite of that. The amount of good shit he's been doing, my God.
More so, he clearly has been like working on his form. And that's not to say that he wasn't good before, because he was. But time off can sometimes do that to a person. I think that it was a good match for both of them, and I'm looking forward to this match, which will almost definitely happen at TLC, whether they want to tell me this right now or not.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a win for Biggie. Finally.
Woo!
So cast your last second votes now between Dolph Ziggler and Carmella. Otherwise, we're going to take it to Twitter. So Twitter can be our deciding vote. If you want to vote and are too scared to type in the chat, I understand. Liz is very intimidating.
I can't even see the chat. I can't even see my words I wrote out for my fucking notes. I'm blind as a bitch.
If you're too scared to write out in chat, go to Twitter at Pinfall Podcast. You can vote there what you think, whether it's Dolph Ziggler or Carmella was the best tonight had to offer as far as wrestlers go. Alright, so to run it back, our promo of the night, Kevin Owens showing off his best friends. Wrestler of the night, either Dolph Ziggler or Carmella. Match of the night, Big E versus Sami Zayn. Alright, Liz. Want to close this out? That was a nice ass clap.
That was the clap you were looking for earlier.
It was.
Right, so, hi everyone. Thank you for watching. If you watched tonight, we appreciate it. If you watch in the future, we appreciate it. Happy Hanukkah. Hope you're lighting your fucking candles at sundown. Because I've been doing that. I definitely haven't been waiting until it's really fucking dark out to light my fucking candles. Anyways. I almost read the third blessing today as opposed to the first and second, so that's where I'm at. Anywho, please join us. Next week is gonna... Oh, fuck. Anyways. Next week's gonna be kind of a bitch. We got Monday. Then I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. to go get my fucking car fixed. We got Wednesday. We got Friday. Prediction show. You know what happens after the prediction show? It's the 19th. It's the Mike fucking Romies. If you're not there for the goddamn Mike Romies, Pete's, what's gonna happen to them? Nothing, probably. But I'm gonna be real sad. So join us Saturday, 7 p.m. Mike Romies. I'll get dressed up. Mark might not. I don't know.
Not this Saturday. Saturday after tomorrow.
That's why I planned out this coming week.
I was just
Monday,
reiterating.
Wednesday, Friday. Saturday the 19th is the Mike Romies, not Saturday the 11th or 12th or whatever it is. What, 12th? Everyone wished my sister happy birthday. Buy a card from her. You can buy a card from her Etsy. We talked about that in the last promo show, which I believe was a week ago now. Yeah, so, Mike Romies, 19th, Sunday after that, TLC. Holy shit. We're never going to get off our fucking computers or get any sleep.
And then right after that is Raw.
Yep. So we're going to be tired. We're going to be streaming over the course of, what is it? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So over the course of 8 days, we will stream Raw, Smackdown, NXT, Mike Romies. 5 of those days. It's going to be hell. It's fine. Yeah, Mike Romies will also be a very laid-back podcast because it's our show. We're not talking about another show this time. For the first time. So. Vibes.
All right.
Maybe we can do big predictions for Romies for certain aspects.
We'll see.
Even though we do also determine half of the fucking
that's why I'm skeptical. Also, I love how over the course of this podcast, Liz has just gotten smaller and smaller into the corner, and she's just about gone. All right. If you enjoyed, hit that follow button right down below. You won't regret it. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You also won't regret it. We had both the Raw and NXT episodes go up today. So if you missed those but want to check them out, they're up on YouTube right now. The Pinfall Podcast on YouTube. And follow us on Twitter. You can decide who the winner is between Dolph Ziggler and Carmella. Right on Twitter, at Pinfall Podcast. You'll want to do it. You gotta do it. You're obligated to. And follow our personal Twitters. I'm at the Mark Cameron. Liz is at Eliza Elaine23. And follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Mark Cameron. And yes, Big EW. Check out the Universal Pokemon Federation on YouTube. Yesterday, episode 1, the first full episode went live of the UPF. Combination of Pokemon and WWE. Super cool stuff. Never done before. Go check it out. Universal Pokemon Federation on YouTube. Yeah. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you on Monday for Monday Night Raw. Have a great weekend. Get your flu shots.
I got mine. I'm scared of needles, but look, flu shot.
Whoa, Liz, showing some skin. We're gonna get banned. All right. See you on Monday, everybody.
Don't get sick. And then you take your COVID shots. I just want to stop wearing a mask. Even though, don't stop wearing your mask after you get the COVID shot. You're still supposed to wear it, you stupid